I was happy a while ago. After that long recording, I was ready to rest my voice. But the Lord pressed this upon me as I was getting ready to start writing the files in the computer. That some people are settling for less than the best. And by the best, I'm referring to His best. His best for them. His best for you. Because of how you're dealing with rejection. Do not take rejection personally. Because Jacob rejected Leah, did it mean that she wasn't a relatively good woman? Clearly, the Lord saw redeeming qualities in her. He blessed her with children, to include Judah. So many people are settling for less than the best because of rejection. If the entire world has rejected you, but God has accepted you, that is a plus. Now in 1 Samuel 16 verse 1, I did read that the Lord said that He had rejected Saul, and a part of that because Saul had rejected the word of the Lord. That is a dangerous position to be in. And for some people, if you're not willing to let go, if you're willing to hold on to something at a cost, then that is you actually rejecting the Lord in favor of something else. And there are people who will respond in such a way because they've been rejected. And maybe they made a vow saying they weren't going to deal with this anymore, that no one else was going to reject them. But something to help deal with rejection. And this I recommend, do take this to prayer with the Lord about healing you of rejection. But the Lord, besides being tempted in every way that we are as human beings, He also understands rejection and has given these two scriptures as reminders. The first is Isaiah 53 verse 3. He is despised. You know how Leo is hated? He is despised and rejected of men. Despised and rejected. A man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid as it were our faces from Him. He was despised and we esteemed Him not. And then when He came in the flesh, in John 1 verses 11 through 13, He came unto His own, and His own received Him not. But as many as received Him, to them He gave power to become sons of God, even to them that believe on His name, which were born not of blood, nor by the will of the flesh, nor by the will of man, but of God. As a child of God, if everyone rejects you, the most important thing is that God has accepted you. Jesus understands rejection. He was rejected, and to this day, especially after His sacrifice on a cross, where He came to give His life for all mankind, people still reject Him today. But it doesn't stop Jesus from being Lord of Lords and King of Kings. It doesn't diminish His position. So do not take rejection personally. Sometimes you're rejected because simply that was not the place for you. If God has accepted you, do not lose sight of that. He understands rejection. And do not allow rejection to cause you to pursue things where you're lowering yourself, putting yourself in a position the Lord doesn't want you to be in. Like Paul wrote, that because the Jews rejected him and the message that he had about him turning to the Gentiles, If others have rejected you, despisefully used you, turn to the Lord Jesus Christ. Don't forget that He loves you. If someone rejected you because of the way you look, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. And maybe one person or a bunch of people haven't liked the way you look, but someone else will. The Lord's not going to put you in a position for you to be with someone who doesn't appreciate you for who you are. We all have our imperfections. So the Lord understands rejection. Isaiah 53 verse 3 and John 1, 11 through 13. Jesus was and is perfect, and He still dealt with rejection. But the Lord doesn't chase after people. Revelation 3:20 speaks about Him knocking versus someone to open up. So don't go chasing after what the Lord does not have for you. What the Lord has for you will accept you at the appropriate time. And don't lose sight that you've been accepted into the beloved to go chasing after another kind of love, because that is idolatry. So do not allow rejection to take you down the wrong path. And again, Jesus was and is perfect, and He still gets rejected to this day. God bless you, and Jesus the Christ is Lord.